and welcome to Pod and Long. I'm your host, Ryan. It's great to have you with us. I'm here once again with the Word of Drew.
Attentive viewers and listeners will note that from this point on in the season, you will no longer hear my cat's feeder go off because cats don't care about things like daylight savings time, so I don't adjust the clock on the feeder, meaning it goes off the hour before we record.
Wow, no more
Finally, a benefit to daylight
out.
savings time.
We got one. We're also here with Mr. Mike.
This week, the Jets are seeking to answer the question, how do you have a fire sale when the house is already on fire?
Here, have this furniture that's ablaze. We're also here with Mr. Megastar Mark.
So normally I would talk about a video game that I like or like to reminisce about, but I think it's a good time to take a moment and recognize the Eastern Conference leading Kevin Herter-led Chicago Bulls dominating the NBA these days.
Off to a hell of a start.
Is a megastar just like his cousin.
Wow.
Friend of the program.
Does he know we have a program? Probably not. I'm guessing he's busy.
I didn't want to ask.
It has never come up.
He is a friend in spirit, all right?
Yes, right. I'll never forget when Drew and I went to go see him, and he rode the pine the entire game.
He did not check into that game. Much to his angry father's chagrin.
I can't even remember if that was like the last game he was with the Kings. Was that before he got traded?
It was late,
yeah. It was
It
like
would have been close.
real close before he got traded. Much happier now.
Very nice.
They're in first place.
Mm-hmm.
Chicago.
And then have Kobe White.
No,
Heading into Chicago instead of Sacramento.
he's
Big
average. I
upgrade.
mean, he's putting in about like 12, 14 points a game coming
Good.
up. He's the sixth man. So, I mean,
Yeah.
Right.
That's great. All right, we have merch. You can see it here. We talked a lot about WSCL last week. A lot of Weasel talk last week.
Yeah.
Jake and the Fart Man
Weasel.
or Fat Man, whoever you
He's
whoever you
Fart Man.
prefer.
Fart dog.
Yeah,
Fart
Fart
dog.
Yeah, right.
Fart Man, Fart
Come
Dog.
see Fart Dog at the Hartford Civic Center. Then he'll be with the Weasel van handing out free t-shirts to busty ladies.
I can think of worse ways to spend your time.
All
Or
right.
men. Whatever. A lot of
Fart
busty
Dog's got a
men.
good life.
Yeah.
Fart Dog measures everyone. That's his job.
Which is
gotta be
Fart Dog does it, which is ironic because he's a little person.
Yeah.
Fart Dog has
He's
to
got a
measure.
He's got a slide whistle that he communicates with in person.
Oh my god. All right, we have a lot to talk about. We've got a lot to do, which can only mean one thing. It's time for the...
In 2023, 4 friends were sentenced to watch bad football for crimes they didn't commit. These men promptly escaped, arguing over text message to the YouTube underground. Today, still growing their audience, they survive with silly voices and running gags. If you have an hour to kill, if you have nothing better to do, and if you can find them, maybe you can listen to the A Block.
Ah, yes, it's the A Block. We've got some trades. We got ourselves some trades. We were begging for trades last week. We got them.
Yeah.
We got a bunch. All right, so let's go from most important to less important. Sauce Gardner traded to the Colts for 2 first-round picks.
Good on the Jets. Good on the Jets.
I think this win, it's a win for both. On the one hand, the Colts are in a position to strike now, and they're a young team as it is, so the draft picks are not as essential as they really would be in other years. And the Jets got something for Sauce Gardner, who will turn back into a pumpkin when he gets to the Colts.
Yeah, if Sauce plays like Sauce, there's a lot to like here for both sides. But what is equally interesting is that Daniel Jones is not under contract past this year.
Yeah.
So, like,
Or now.
what are the Colts thinking about here exactly? Like, are they really all in on Daniel Jones? Like, do they think this is their year? It's hard to determine.
They also, like, Sauce Gardner, though, has not been the same player the last year and a half.
No.
He is in coverage, in playmaking ability. He's taken a step back. Now, how much of that is, the Jets being in flux constantly? So I will give him the benefit of the doubt and see how he does in Indianapolis. But at the same time, like, if this is a guy, I mean, nobody's at this point scared of Sauce Gardner. Number one receivers don't get shut down by Sauce Gardner. So if you trade 2 first-rounders, I want like a Darrelle Revis. That's what I want out of a 2 first-rounder. I don't want Sauce Gardner. But we'll see how it goes. I think the Jets are great. I am very impressed and I think they're poised to not only just, people talk about them taking these picks and taking drafting a player. I think they're going to trade for somebody. I think you have so many picks now to get a quarterback, a veteran quarterback.
Well, you know what this sets up for, because the popular opinion seems to be that the Jets acquired all this draft capital so that they could secure their quarterback of the future. Like they guarantee themselves more shots in the slot machine at their quarterback of the future. But to me, you take those 3 first-rounders, 2 years from now or the 2 next year, and you turn that into Arch Manning.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to go all in to get Arch whenever he comes out, I'm sure.
I wouldn't even be surprised if because they have 3 this year, right? In 2026.
2 this year and 3 the following year? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Whatever
2 and
it
2,
is.
so 2 first, 2 seconds this coming year, and then 3 the following year.
I could see them take one of these picks, seeing how the draft rolls out, and be like, "Oh, you want to maybe parlay that into a first rounder next year? Trade to somebody in the second just to get another first in the following year." So, because I don't think Arch is coming out. This is more Stripe Spiral than anything else, but I don't think Arch is coming out this year.
Agreed.
So,
and I don't know if Arch and the family are going to let him play for the Jets.
That's also true.
It's a very dysfunctional organization. And if you're going to be the Manning in New York, you don't want to be playing for the other side.
I do think, though, this gives them a lot of flexibility. Like, they can obviously go to Arch Manning, but if they fall in love with Mendoza this year, if they sit down and interview Mendoza, they have an interview with this guy. He's really good. He strikes this team. Then you have the ammunition if you don't have number one, which they might not. Yeah, there's a lot of bad teams this year, so. You have the ability to move back up and grab your guy. So I think
especially if, let's say, you find a guy you fall in love with and Tennessee ends up with the number 1 pick. Well, Tennessee's not taking another quarterback.
Right.
So, make it a little spicy for them and move up a couple of picks. The Jets won't have to move up that much.
Nope.
And then, you're right where you want to be.
Yep.
Then I'm not draft Cooper Flagg.
I'm not a huge Sauce Gardner fan. I've criticized him a lot on the show. I'm shocked that they got 2 first-round picks for him. Shocked. Yep. Absolutely shocked.
The Jets, GM was basically said the same, or whoever the interim GM is, basically said the same thing. It was just we didn't plan on trading him, but how do you turn that down? I'm like, how do you turn that down? I agree. Yeah.
They also they just signed him to a huge contract, and they cleared all that money's out the door now.
Right.
But one problem with this deal, they did get back a football terrorist.
Football terrorist.
The new football terrorist, A.D. Mitchell, is now on the Jets, which that is not good.
Oh,
I'm sorry. I mean, it's great. I mean, that's a haul. You're getting a first, or when was A.D. Mitchell picked? 3rd round? I forget.
Yeah.
He slipped a little bit. He slipped bit.
He slipped because he's a psycho. That's
pretty sure he was 2nd round last year.
Yeah, I think he was 2nd.
Still getting a potential guy there, but he's a football terrorist. This is a bad situation.
Friend at work that he's got 2 football FUBAR inductions. You got him and Sanchez, pretty, football terrorist and Sanchez now associated with the Jets. Look at that.
That's interesting. Jets also made a trade. They traded Quentin Williams to the Cowboys for a second and for another first-round pick, which brings us to our dip of the week, Mike.
It's not dip of the week. I don't think it's dip of the season. It may be dip of the decade at this point. Look, everybody, this is when your grandpa drives his car into the local farmer's market and wounds a few people. It is time to take Grampy Jerry's keys away.
He wounds a few people.
He's a danger to himself and others, and he is causing significant property damage. The liability is too high. What in the hell is this? You are 3-5-1, and you are making trades like you are 1 piece away from a Super Bowl run. What in God's green? Does Jerry think that it's like in Europe and they reverse the date and the month? Does he actually think that they're 5-3 or something?
And especially to acquire a significantly lesser version of Micah Parsons for half of what you got for Micah Parsons. Like, Ryan, you remember that NBA offseason when, like, Dwight Howard was the biggest free agent ever, and, like, the Brooklyn Nets were 100% certain they were getting him, and then they didn't, and at their press conference, they were like, hey, we re-signed Brook Lopez, and tried to pass it off like that was who they always wanted. That's what this feels like.
Yeah. Quentin Williams has not been great this year. He has 1 sack.
Mm-hmm.
1 sack.
I think he's better than Sauce Gardner at his position. I will say that. So, once again, though, if you're the Jets,
why not?
Don't stop the. You want to keep enabling the Cowboys from doing stupid shit. So, my God, take another first rounder, get a second rounder. Smart man, smart team.
That's another. That's another thing here about these trades for the Jets. I like all these trades. I think they're smart. They just paid Williams a couple years ago, so he has a big contract too that they're off the books on. Here's the problem, though. We love what the Jets did. I think the Jets deserve an A+ for all this work. However, we got to take into account they are still the Jets, and they're gonna fuck up these picks, right? They don't know how to draft. What makes me think? What confidence do you have that they're going to be able to pick actual players and actually fill this roster out?
My question is this: who's actually going to be there making those picks?
Right.
Is this front office? I mean, is Aaron Glenn going to be one and done? They're going to can this front office? Like, what's going on? Because I mean, this has been an absolute dumpster fire of a season. Do they just sweep the deck?
There's only one answer to who's making those picks, and it's the governor of Louisiana.
I mean, that's a good point, though. You really don't know. I can't imagine they're going to get rid of Glenn, but stranger things have happened. Because right now, they have set this team up to not win another game the rest of this year.
Correct.
So, but then again, the only one won so far. So, yeah. Right.
Why not?
Mm-hmm.
At this point, you're not turning it around. So
right. Yep. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's interesting. Here's a couple of lesser trades before we get to the Orton line, which is coming up. I know that's what everybody wants to hear. The Seahawks traded for Rashid Shaheed. We talked about Rashid Shaheed last week being a trade target for somebody, that a deep threat. I kind of like this move. Didn't give up a lot to get him. It was 4th and a 5th, I think. I kind of like this move. Give Darnold another deep shot weapon.
The only thing that was really alarming here was that 2 reasonably prominent wide receivers moved, and the Bills had no hand in it.
No, Bills did that. I guess they
or
tried
the Steelers.
To go after.
Neither one of them.
The Bills apparently did try, but the guys they wanted, all they said was the people in the division weren't willing to work with them, which makes me think it was Waddle
trying to trade for Waddle.
Wilson. Yeah. So, but I wouldn't trade in division anyway. That's ridiculous. Why would you even think that? So, kind of a black mark in the Bills there. Maybe don't try the division. I don't know, Chris Olave? That would have been nice.
Right.
Yeah. But
kind of like that deal. I like this one as well. Why do the Eagles keep doing things like this? The only good productive player on the Dolphins defense, Jalen Phillips, was traded to the Eagles.
Hey, Bradley Chubb is not embarrassing. He's all right.
That's true.
Yeah, but you're right.
Sure.
He's a little old now. But yeah, Jalen Phillips is a game wrecker. That dude is havoc.
Yeah, why are we giving the Eagles more guys? Come on. Stop doing that.
What did they get for him? Yeah. What did they get?
Roseman's a good general manager.
It wasn't much.
It was like a 3rd rounder, right?
Round pick.
Yeah.
That's ridiculously low for a guy that just creates.
And the interesting thing is we've been talking about the Dolphins sucking all year. We were on it before most people were on it. To be honest, we were. A lot of people still thought their defense was good. We never did. They fired their GM. I don't know if it was before or after this. I'm not really sure. They fired their GM, and it's not any better. They're trading Jalen Phillips.
It just feels weird. If that whole situation, like, I mean, obviously you're going to move on from McDaniel. Like,
they also said they're keeping him for the rest of the year.
I know, like, it's just prolonging the inevitable. Right. And I was reading teams were calling Miami, and they were like, "Oh, we don't want to trade like Minka Fitzpatrick or Bradley Chubb." And then they would like publicly say, "Oh, actually, we're interested in it." So people were like, "We have a hard time reading you. Like, we don't know what you want to do." And I'm like,
I read one report that was like, the problem is you're not sure who's calling the shots over there.
Mm-hmm.
You don't even know who to talk to.
That's not good.
Right? No.
It's not what you want. One last major move. I don't know if there's any others you want to talk about, but Jacoby Myers, the other receiver who's begging to be traded from the Raiders, was traded to the Jags. So from one purgatory to another.
Another purgatory. Yeah, a slightly
said the
better
word-
purgatory.
You said the word major. Do you know what that means? Just curious here. I don't think anyone's ever associated Jacoby Myers with that. He was part of my favorite play of all time, though.
That's true. He was in a negative way.
Yep, that's
fine. He's decent. I don't know why the Jags keep.
I'll give Myers this. He's a little bit underrated. I think he's undervalued on the Raiders, but I don't know that he makes. I mean, and Jacksonville needs a wide receiver because all their guys are hurt. But I don't know that this changes their fortunes dramatically.
Right, Travis Hunter is not going to be playing for at least the next 4 games.
Yeah, and Thomas hasn't been good, and he's been on and off the injury report. So, it makes sense for Jacksonville, and they didn't have to give up a super high price tag for him. But it's I don't know that this suddenly changes them into a dominant playoff team.
There is something going on with Brian Thomas Jr. How did he fall off? He had 1,200 yards his rookie season, and then just fell off. Very weird. What if the new coaching staff has him in the doghouse or something?
There's definitely doghouse stuff. He's not running out routes, and there's some effort stuff going on.
Yeah, he's alligator catching balls and stuff. So.
Yeah, you look closely. There's definitely something going on there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, any other trades that you care about that happened? I don't know. I don't think there were. All right, it's time for us to unveil the Orton line. There we are. There he is. There he is. There is the Orton line.
There's several caveats here. The most notable one is that this was done hours before Dak laid it up against Arizona and before Kyler Murray was subsequently benched by Arizona.
Yes,
wow.
right.
Okay. Well, let's talk about it. We begin with where it was before. Josh Allen, number 1.
Yep.
Mahomes, number 2. I believe he was lower before.
My fantasy victory over Drew this week. He keeps Josh Allen at number 1.
Yeah.
Lamar Jackson is 3. That is 1 here.
And there is a significant change between 3 and 4.
Right. Between 1 and 3, I think you could argue in any, sort that you like, that you have a preference for. But after 3, there's a drop.
Yeah. And the two things that we really walked away from on the Orton line this year is 1, this might be the worst quarterback class we've ever had to evaluate for Orton line purposes. And 2, it is almost certainly the worst top 10 in Orton line history.
It's rough. It's rough out there. Go ahead, Mr. Mike.
Is Dak Prescott there because that's his number? Because I can't think of another reason why he should be number 4 on this list.
If you look at yards and touchdowns and interception ratio and stuff like that, and again, this is before the Arizona game, and various advanced metrics, he's in the top 5 in the league in all of them.
Right.
He's having a banner year for an awful team.
It's always up to this point. Who's having a good year. And this, and that changes. That always changes. There's always fluctuations.
He is tearing it up on a team that just isn't any good.
Right. When you look at his numbers, you're like, oh my God, how do you keep him out of the top 5?
So I mean, if you wanted to call the 4 spot the ceremonial Joe Burrow spot, he's having a Joe Burrow season.
Right. Exactly.
It's Burrow, if you will.
Yes. Right.
Okay.
I was particularly proud of Matt Stafford at 6 because he's having a hell of a year.
He's having a hell of a year, and
he's moved up.
His arm was still attached.
That's a big jump, right, for Stafford? He moved up quite a bit.
Yes, quite a bit.
Not that I had to look this up, but if you look at every division in football, the NFC West is the best division in football.
Oh God,
it is.
It has 3 6-game winners.
Yep.
Yeah.
3.
We skipped over Jared Goff, who's number 5.
He's having a good year.
Yep.
Solid.
He's having a great year. But
Stafford, I might make the argument Stafford could be 5 or maybe even 4. I might even make the argument.
I think we talked about that too, about moving Stafford up.
Yeah, we did.
Wanted to, so
we did.
All right. Jalen Hurts, a guy who won the Super Bowl, is on maybe the best team, is 7.
He needs a lot of help.
He hasn't,
to be as good as he is.
He hasn't played particularly well this season.
He looks fine, but he's not what he was last year. That whole offense isn't.
Nope.
Let Baker bake. Baker Mayfield up to number 8, and arguably could be a little bit higher.
Could be.
He's having a great. I like Baker.
Baker might be the only quarterback in Orton history to play himself not only back above the line but into the top 10.
Yeah,
That's
I think so.
Because we were looking below the line at one point.
He was way below the line. At one point, he was like 28. He was so low, and look at him now.
Number 9, Drake May, making a big push in his second year here.
He's been really good.
He's been great.
Really good, and he doesn't have great weapons, and he's still been really good.
Yeah.
All he needed was some competent coaching. And look,
Speaking of trade deadline, the Patriots did not help his case there by getting anybody in to help him out.
No, none of the AFC, other than the Colts, the AFC leaders did anything. It was weird.
I think the Patriots are surprised that the Patriots are where they are.
Yeah.
I think they're a year ahead of schedule, and they're not going to change their blueprint for that.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Is like, look, they know this isn't their year. They're not there yet all the way, and they're competitive and they're in a good position, but they're not a buyer right now. They're not a seller, but they're not a buyer either. They're holding pat, which
and they have a lot of cap space.
Oh, a lot. Yep. Yeah, they're going to be very active this offseason.
And again, people are going to want to play there again.
He might, what is, I guess, Orton Line, what does potential play into this? Because he has the most potential because he's way younger than all of these guys so far. Does that play into it at all? Future potential?
Does, and we'll get to that when we get below the line. Yes. There's some guys who are kind of creeping up, but like Drake May is out of the potential, stars in the NFL who actually is kind of playing above that. He's actually playing. He's ahead of schedule, as Mike just said. So that's why he's at the higher ranking.
If you're above the Orton line, we're not talking potential so much anymore. It's just this is what you are.
The fundamental question of the Orton line is always: would you rather have this guy or prime Kyle Orton? Yeah. And so like Cam Ward is below the line, not because he's a bad quarterback, but because if you had to win a game right now, you would pick prime Kyle Orton over Cam Ward because of his level of experience.
Right.
So like this is where the rookies and the super young quarterbacks are where this gets skewed because their ceiling might be greater than Orton, but they're not there yet.
Right.
All right. 10, Jordan Love. I feel like he's been dancing around that spot.
Yep.
There are moments where he looks great and other moments where he looks horrible.
And you can say the same thing about number 11.
Justin Herbert.
Now you're getting into, after Jordan Love, you're kind of getting into like the solid B guys.
Yeah.
Speaking of people who were below the line and have jumped right back above, Daniel Jones up to number 12.
Imagine our shock.
Could be higher at the end of the year. We'll see.
Could be.
Sam Darnold, another guy who's probably done that. Up to 13. He's having a great year.
So think about this. 12 and 13, literally all they had to do was leave the New York team.
Yes.
And they're above the Orton line.
Yep. See also number 15.
Poochie, Aaron Rodgers at 15. He did the same thing.
Yeah.
He's back above the line. And he's several returners.
Yeah, none of us love Poochie all that much, but he's been okay.
I was really
okay.
We put it to Greg A, Steelers fan. We're like, don't think about it, just answer. Would you rather have Aaron Rodgers or prime Kyle Orton? To which his answer was, shit, I think I'd take Rodgers.
Wow.
I was just saying, though, 4 to the 15 are from the 2018 draft class.
100%.
That's crazy. Josh Rosen somewhere, once again, eating his cereal.
Yeah, just bowl of cream of wheat, looking up. What?
Jaden Daniels, he comes in at 14. We skipped over him. He's injury prone this year, so he's fallen quite a bit.
Hard to evaluate.
That was disgusting, by the way, that injury.
Yeah,
that was
bad.
real gross.
They showed the replay like 4 times.
Yep.
Didn't need that.
Well, that's unfortunate. All right. Well, we need another song for the back half, right? So let's maybe try this. All right, Jeff Jarrett. He's not as good as these other guys.
Oh, Double J.
Here they are. We love a lot.
Shots.
We've got CJ Stroud below the line, guys. Come on.
He has regressed significantly.
Yes, he has.
Surprising one.
He's not even playing this week. He's concussed again.
Yeah, he's not even playing this week.
He's out.
Yeah.
This is not as good as Orton, as you can tell by Orton's face here. It's very
How
important.
dare you?
We've got CJ Stroud at 16. Bo Nix below the line. Mark, I'll give you the floor here.
I'm sorry. I shared a graph with everybody here in our group chat today about Bo Nix and his inability to hit open targets. It was shocking. It's when you see a graph and it has to branch over for more space to show how bad somebody is. That's what happened with Bo Nix. He is missing players who are completely open by massive margins, and he's doing it very frequently. He is not good. His defense is good. His running game is actually, I think, okay. He is not good.
They're winning somehow.
Fine.
Caleb's dad will not be very happy about this. He'll be sad. Caleb Williams, 18, below the line. But I think he's moved up slightly.
He has.
All three of those guys, 16, 17, 18, are all frustrating as shit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Watching the three of them play football is is annoying. Like,
Absolutely.
What are we doing? That's what I yell at the TV a lot. Number 19, Mac Jones, back on the list, but below the line.
Playing well.
Fighting
Below
Mac
the line,
Jones.
because there's no way he's not going to get the Brock Purdy's going to get that job the minute he's back. So
Mac Jones' play this season, it probably puts him above the line, but he gets demerits for the fact that he's not his team's intended quarterback.
Right. The whole point of the Orton line is you're going to get replaced, and that's Mac Jones will 100%.
You're already in that boat.
Yeah.
I know the purpose of this line is this particular person over Kyle Orton, but in what universe would you take Bo Nix over Mac Jones right now? Like, would you guys really take Bo Nix over Mac Jones?
Denver would.
Denver's done a lot of things.
Paxton wins. I know.
The Denver Broncos.
Denver's done a lot of
What do you think
things.
about football, Marge?
No, listen, Mac Jones, and we said this, Mac Jones is primed for that meaningless Jimmy Garoppolo contract.
Yeah.
I'm
He's
a total homer.
He's going to fool somebody into signing him for a fortune.
He's going to look so
He
good
ain't
as the
that
Jets
good.
veteran back, the Jets
100%.
veteran quarterback. Yeah.
100%. He's
It
in a
worked
quarterback-friendly
for
system, and he's making it look great.
It worked for
He's
Sam
gonna be-
Darnold. Sam Darnold did it.
Yeah,
It worked.
We'll
He's
see.
going to be playing for the Dolphins.
Oh, God.
Oh boy. All right. Well, let's move on to the Dolphins. These two are maybe two of the most frustrating quarterbacks on this list. Tua and Trevor Lawrence. Can't stand either one of them. Hit them both.
I stand Tua a little bit better because he has shown the ability to
Yes,
have
he
like
has.
dominant games. Trevor
Trevor is
What
we
is-
know what he's going to be.
right.
This is it.
He actually loses
Trevor-
points. He loses points for potential not met.
Yeah,
Like
he
his
sure
ceiling
does.
Yeah.
was so high, and he's just not going to get there.
I also think he's apathetic toward his own lack of talent. He's just like, oh well, I
Yeah.
didn't live up to anything. That's just how life works.
He's got
Trevor
like
Jones
Carson-
looks like the kind
Carson
of guy
Wentz.
whose dad. Trevor Jones looks like the kind of guy whose dad is going to close down the local rec center to set up a new ski jump, and a group of kids are going to have to win a breakdance competition to stop him.
This isn't a McConkey episode. What are you talking about here? That sounds like a plot of McConkey.
Oh,
It's
Trevor Lawrence's
breaking
dad
to
could-
Electric Boogaloo.
Trevor Lawrence's dad could be played by Billy Zabka. It'd be great.
Billy Zane. Billy Zane.
Billy Zane. Listen to your friend.
Oh my God! All
My
right,
friend Billy Zane.
my quarterback Bryce Young is 22.
He's
Throw for-
moving up.
He's
100
moving up.
yards. 100 yards in a game. Joe Flacco still kicking around. His corpse is still
bless him.
kicking around.
Right. Still, I think he's gone up. I think he's moving
has.
back up. Yeah, he's
I'd
moving
like
up
to
the chart.
see, like, I wish somebody would like do a complete deep dive on like who's on the Orton line the longest, who blah blah
Well,
blah.
okay,
Like,
so we looked at that. The first year of the Orton line was 2011. There are two quarterbacks on the present Orton
Poochie
line who were on the
and
first
Flacco?
Orton line. Poochie
You
and
got it.
Flacco.
Gucci and Flacco.
yeah.
Yep.
Kyler Murray. Oh boy, Kyler Murray's
Yeah,
been benched
Kyler
now.
Murray.
He's
And then he got
24th.
benched. Well, he got put on the IR, but benched.
Yeah, he's benched. Michael Penix Jr. I'm sorry, Jackson Dart is 25.
I fought
Yeah.
hard for Jackson Dart at 25. I love me some Jackson Dart.
I do too.
Yep.
Like
Once
he
again,
seems like
He's a gamer.
he seems like the kind of guy they've needed for a few years to be like a little fired up and kind of a little bit of a personality when the Giants have had no personality. The Giants have been like the HR sexual harassment training video of the NFL, where they're just like, and this is why it's an inappropriate action. The Giants are at least fun again.
They're a little more fun. Penix Jr. is 26. Cam Ward, 27. Sure. I'm okay with both of those.
Again, Cam Ward's ceiling is much higher, but he's not there yet.
Right.
And then 28 is this gentleman. It's Mr. Juggalo JJ McCarthy. That's right. We got a Juggalo theme song now for Juggalo JJ.
I can't be on this show anymore. It's been
Why
nice knowing you.
Get your Fago ready.
Yeah.
Dad, it's not a phase.
Juggalo JJ won a game this week.
These are my family.
Back in my even more robust music journalism days than what I do now, I got a submission from somebody through the website's portal asking me to check out his tracks on his Juggalo space. At one point, they had their own social media network.
Sure.
Oh,
of course they did.
I did not check out those tracks.
Good for you.
You fool.
How dare you? Geno Smith, 29. He's been real bad. Pooping in the kitchen. Spencer Rattler, 30. The Rat. And Justin Fields, 31. And Dylan Gabriel, 32.
Yeah.
Interesting.
The Browns have collectively been at the bottom of the Orton line like 9 times.
Yeah, we kind of.
Yeah.
They are constantly there.
Look, Dylan Gabriel has a job just because the nepotism of being Peter Gabriel's son.
Yeah, 100%.
Yes.
Wait,
That's what it is.
Right? Is that right?
Yes.
I think that's right.
Yeah,
that's right. It's totally right.
That's right.
That's totally right.
In your eyes. Sing Sledgehammer.
Fart Man used to have lunch with Peter Gabriel.
Fart Dog did not, though. Fart Dog was too young.
Fart Man did have lunch with Peter Gabriel's roadie.
Yes.
Fart Dog.
At least he told him he was his roadie.
The Fart Dog. All right. And I'm mostly, I don't know. Who should be the most upset? Who should be the most angry?
I feel
Mac
like we
Jones?
pretty much nailed it this time. I really feel confident in this.
This feels right.
Yeah,
Penix fan, Michael Penix people, they should be upset. I don't know. Who should be the most upset?
They all died in the influenza epidemic of 1918.
Died in appomattox.
Penix fans, be damned. That's a pretty good list. I kind of like it. I think Stafford probably could be could be angry. I think Stafford could be angry.
I still think you guys
higher.
are irrationally high on Jaden Daniels, but that's me.
You don't like him, yeah.
I loved him last year. He's right. He's not having a good year this year. And obviously he's out. He's probably done for the year.
Right. Okay, it's time for some categories. We'll do some of these a little quicker since we did the Orton line. I already kind of talked about the trades and stuff. But what? Bears defeat the Bengals in the stupidest football game of all time.
Yep.
The Bengals were up
by had no vested interest in it.
The Bengals were up by a lot, and then they pooped down their leg. They I don't know what they did, but they lost this game to the Bears somehow.
This reminded me of that Bengals-Browns playoff game where it was like Kelly Holcomb, and it's very similar.
Exactly the one. Kelly Holcomb and Carson Palmer.
Just nonsense. Yeah, right.
Right.
Wait, was it Kelly Holcomb or was it Derek Anderson?
It was. I feel like Kelly Holcomb. Kelly Holcomb was the one that jumped right into my mind.
Okay,
as the one who did it. So
you're probably right.
Yep. Crazy.
Wow. What a game! And Caleb Williams somehow figured it out. I don't know.
Yeah.
Bears have a winning record.
Good for them. Bengals are dog shit. They just can't. I mean, here's the thing. We talked about it in the preview episode that this team has probably on paper the worst defense in the league. They're showing it. Like, they can't stop anybody.
They've given up 500 yards 3 separate times.
That's insane.
Is that bad?
Yeah, it's not great.
They've allowed 86 points in the last 2 games. Like,
insane. Play anybody against them in fantasy.
Yeah, right. They're terrible.
And now traded their linebacker.
Yeah, right.
Right,
Somebody
they
who I
gave-
actually kind of heard of.
Right. They gave away that guy to the Cowboys. This was like 2 minutes and like a complete turnaround, an absolute disaster. And then you let Colston Loveland be wide open down the field to take the lead. Like, what the hell are we doing here, Bengals?
Of the New Haven Lovelands?
Of course.
If they had gotten one stop, then the Bengals win this game.
Somewhere I saw that the statistic that over the past 2 games, Joe Flacco has scored like 85 combined points, and he's 0-2.
Yeah.
It's insane. It's insane.
450 yards at like he's like Penix's age. That's amazing.
Penix.
Michael Penix was actually his babysitter as a kid growing up. Fun fact.
right.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, moving on to the Awat. We talked about him already, but Juggalo Jake.
Sure looks so disappointed.
I love how I love how Ryan hits that, and all me, Ryan, and Mark all simultaneously are head bobbing exactly to be in unison.
I wish I had a Cartman doll.
Right? Kurgan was my favorite.
I'm gonna start holding up magnets to the screen.
Yeah. How do they work?
Magnets. How do they
That's how you
work?
that's how you fend off juggalos with magnets.
It confuses them.
The
What
Vikings.
is the Fago?
Sends them right across the drug bridge.
I'm not really sure what JJ's weird. Like he had that one game where he ran a lot on Monday night and he was like everyone was like, "Oh, he's great." And then the next week he was horrible and he completed like 6 passes.
He's not weird, he blows. There's nothing about this guy.
That's a different thing. Yeah.
Yeah. He lucked into another win. Great. Good job.
Yeah.
Like
Don't read any
Spaceman
more
Bill.
into
It's a big win over the Lions though. It's a big win.
I know.
Spaceman Bill Lee was weird. JJ's just bad.
Also in the Awat category, the Cardinals take it to the Cowboys on Monday night.
Yeah, what a weird
Put
game.
a-
Like,
Yeah.
Jacoby Brissett put a whooping on those boys. It's
Yep.
another
Dallas defense.
bad
is
defense.
I
Yeah.
loved I loved Gannon's quote today where he was like, yeah, now that, Kyler's hurt, Jacoby's our guy. He just takes it one day at a time. I'm like, is he in rehab? What are we
Yeah.
talking about here?
One day at a time.
Also, the Eagles are going to have this shit wrapped up with about 4 weeks to go. Their division. There is no way they lose this division at this point. They are going to rest starters for the last month is going to be resting starters in Philadelphia.
They might even have like a walking
Oh,
path
my
to the
God.
number 1 seed.
Yeah, they
Like
are
who is challenging them?
They're 3 games up in their division.
I mean, nobody has a shot at this.
Relative, it's within the realm of possibility that in the next couple of weeks they will have the same amount of wins as the rest of the teams of their division combined.
Yeah.
They're going to do that.
Right now it's 8 wins for the other 3 teams combined, and Philly has 6.
They're going to do that arrogant pro wrestling pin where you just step on the guy's chest.
Yeah, and the Jericho and flex.
Yes, that's the one.
The Jericho, yeah.
All right. There's a ballad of the Carolina Panthers, except for it's not said because Coach Sexbook 2 pumps his way to a victory.
How dare they? It's 2. He don't.
You get 2. You get 2 pumps.
You get 2 pumps.
2 pumps.
You're supposed to get 2 pumps, referees. What the hell?
There was definitely no motion after that second pump. So
You're supposed to get 2 hip thrusts.
Yep.
Coach Sexbook, 2 pumps. He does it. The Panthers defeat the Packers in the ugliest game of all time.
Yeah, but
that
you
was
go
just
into
Packers uniforms.
You go into.
I
Green
like those
Bay.
helmets though; they're fun.
Your helmets are fun.
No, I hate them. You go
You
into
hate the
Green
Barnstormers
Bay
helmet
at
too,
any
you
point.
godless heathen.
I do. That's impressive. You go winning at any point in Green Bay.
On the
it's
road
like
in
winning
Green
at
Bay?
Arrowhead.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. It's very impressive.
It was ugly though. It was an ugly game.
Win is a win.
A win is a win. The Jordan Love almost interception where he just threw it off his back foot to the other side of the field, and there was a Panther there, and he dropped it in the end zone. It would have been a pick six, probably, right? He probably would have had a huge return. He dropped it. They had to kick a field goal to win, but they did it. Packers can't stop the run, guys. It's kind of a problem. Also, Panthers pass rush? What is this? What are we talking about here? We put pressure on Jordan Love. It's that the Packers O-line is not looking great.
Did they put the Konami cheat code in to start this game?
They could have.
I mean, the Panthers' run game is always good, and in this game, I don't think it was as good as as it had been in weeks prior, but it was enough to keep them at bay. Like they were definitely like defending. They had to they couldn't just cheat up. So I mean, it was good. It was
still can't throw
offense.
Still can't throw the ball. Only 100 and something yards passing for Bryce
but it was
Young.
enough to make them fear it, and that's or plan for it. So listen, I think the Panthers are looking real good.
5 wins, man. 5 wins.
Soon to be 6. Look who you're playing this week.
We got the Saints. We got 2 games against the Saints. We'll probably win both of those. This is a current picture of me during a Panther game.
Oh, nice. Did you get the piercing?
Yeah, I'm real sharp. Real sharp.
Nice.
Real sharp on Sundays.
Don't make them squeal.
Real sharp. All right. The hat is gone. It's not even backwards. The Jaguars defeat the Raiders.
You know what the coolest part of this game was? There was a 68-yard field goal.
Mm-hmm.
The record
Other than that, this was an ugly effing game.
The Jaguars celebrated the made field goal as if they had won 3 Super Bowls.
The biggest achievement in the history of the franchise.
Yeah, they don't know what it's like to win a Super Bowl, so this is what they got.
I thought you were going to do your gimmick from last year where Brock Bowers is good.
Brock Bowers is
he was good.
He is, yeah,
he's
right.
real good. He's
back
traded.
and he was good. He was good.
So the Raiders
but they lost this game.
I don't want to talk about the Raiders too much because they're my ex, and it'll sound like I'm piling on or bitter. But when you look at okay, you have Brock Bowers, you have Max Crosby, you have Ashton Genty. It seems like you should have something, but this team is moribund.
Well, that seems like a great way to segue into. It's Drew's Love Island, where we pitch him teams so he can have a new favorite team. Will you accept this rose?
Tattoos. I hate them. I hate them every time you show it. I hate
every leg tattoo.
Hate it.
We're up to the NFC North, Drew's favorite division. If I'm, he loves to pick the NFC North. All right, so I think this is going to be tough. This might be our best set of teams yet.
Yeah,
I pitched to you the Packers.
I can't with the Packers because I know people attached to the Packers.
All right. Well, they have the tradition.
But yes, there's a lot with the Packers that I would normally like, including the fact that they have the same color scheme as the Edmonton Elks, who I have connections to. But because I know people connected to the Packers, I can't do it.
That's unfortunate. Detroit Lions on the rise. Okay, fun. Thanksgiving, Blue Unis. Barry Sanders,
Megatron, and Barry Sanders.
In some seriousness, if the Lions were bad, the Lions would be where I am going.
Yep.
That would have been predetermined. I dig the color scheme. They have Ford Field is a beautiful facility. They've been toiling in obscurity for a long time. The uniforms are sharp. They got a lot of great history with players that I really like. But I can't jump onto the bandwagon of a team that's basically a Super Bowl favorite. Super Bowl favorite is overstating it, but you know what I mean. If they were if the Lions had gone 7-10 last year, I'd already be a Lions fan.
Wow.
I remember growing up, Drew, you had a Barry Sanders jersey.
Sure as hell did.
You and I were there at the birth of Calvin Johnson when he went to the Lions.
Wow. Yes.
So in person, we were there.
Yes. So. And back in the day, you're playing Madden or old Tecmo Super Bowl, and you got Herman Moore and Brett Perriman and Scott Mitchell that one year and Barry Sanders. That was a super fun team, man.
Wait a minute. You mean you're not going to be excited to see what Ted Ginn can do in the kicking game?
There for that too.
Which is exactly what you want to say about your first round pick.
Yeah,
Boy, oh boy.
and his family.
Listen, Ted Ginn, he panned out. He was a decent Panther. At
He
some
did
point.
last about 10 years.
Yeah.
He did. So yeah, in answer to your question, I would be all on the Lions if they were bad.
What if they bomb out the rest of the season? What if this game that we just saw, they lose every single one and miss the playoffs? Are you in?
I mean, it would be interesting to watch Dan Campbell implode.
I feel like that's a roadblock for you too. I feel like you're not a big Dan Campbell guy.
I could be convinced to be a Dan Campbell guy, though. Like,
Okay.
I love Ed Orgeron. How far is Ed Orgeron really from Dan Campbell?
They are brothers.
Or
They're cut from
Riverboat
similar
Ron,
cloth.
or even Herman Edwards, or like you know any of those rah guys who you're not really sure they know how to read the chart properly.
Dan Campbell is an intelligible Ed Orgeron.
Yeah, kind of. Which actually makes him less fun.
Yeah.
There's a wrestling like a wrestling thing that they constantly say where Jim Cornette and Paul Heyman are the same person, just one was born in the North and one was born in the South.
Yes.
Very similar, I think, there.
Yes.
Mr. Orgeron.
Wow. All right, let's pitch you the Chicago Bears tradition. Nice unis.
I want to like the Bears, but that's a lateral move from the Raiders. I can't go to a situation that's just as bad as the situation I'm in.
They're winning now. They're a little bit better than the Raiders.
Yeah, for how long?
You'd be very annoyed with Caleb Williams.
It's been a long time since Sexy Rexy almost took them to the promised land.
Yeah.
Get it on the ground floor. You got a new coach there. You got a lot of rookies you can cheer for. Caleb, his dad.
No, I can't do it.
Oh, man. All right. Minnesota Vikings.
Plus the Cubs have a whole weird psychosis that's tied, or the Bears have a whole weird psychosis tied in with the Cubs, and I can't be a part of that.
Okay. All right. Minnesota Vikings. Another good one. Good color scheme. Good stadium.
The Minnesota Vikings are on the list. Like
they're on the list, flat out.
They are on the list. Like,
you're accepting this rose. What?
Like I dig the color scheme. I like Justin Jefferson a lot. Like they're good, but they're not that good. They're always one step away. Like Minnesota is under consideration.
You also have Juggalo J.D. McCarthy as your quarterback.
Now you're making me not do it. Thank you. It's all your fault.
The Vikings, they've passed the test. Wow. Okay, so how many teams?
Yeah, they would move on to a final list here. So it's like
we gotta look at this final list, and
I hope
the Cardinals somehow are on the final list. Cardinals.
I friend zoned the Cardinals.
You friend zoned the Cardinals.
Atlanta's on the list. I know Atlanta's on the list.
We haven't gone through the NFC South yet, but
Baltimore is on the list if they tank. Dallas might be on the list if they find themselves with new ownership.
Insane. This is insane. It's becoming an insane list.
Indianapolis isn't not on the list. They're just way down it.
Their
That's
potential.
the Sarah Planen's Hall of football teams.
Wow. All right. Wow. An exciting. That was a tough division to say no to all those.
It was
tough one. But we got one. We got the Vikings.
I need the Lions to be bad so I can jump on with the Lions.
Yeah, I feel like that's an easy slam dunk for you if they start
100%. But I can't.
Is that a thing though? Like, okay, like let's say you're a Lions fan and someone goes, "I've been a Raiders fan. I want to be a Lions fan now." Do you accept them into your crew and be like, "Come with us. Come on,
get your cursed ass out of here."
Okay.
Don't bring your bad juju over here. Detroit's got enough of that.
Fair enough. All right. It is. All right. The 49ers won a game, but they lost another guy. Their great rookie defensive tackle is out for the year with a torn ACL. We just say this every week.
I give up. I just give up.
They won, though. They beat the Giants.
Care.
They beat the Giants.
Big deal. Big deal.
Who cares?
Poor Dayball.
Who gives a shit?
Poor Dayball and Anakin. You can't play this. They won.
Don't give a shit. I generally don't give a shit at this point.
I do. I do.
Be a Falcons fan.
Every time I see the 49ers play the Giants, I get real angry because of that Joe Montana game where he got injured by the Giants. And so I enjoyed this one.
Ryan, hurt people hurt people. And I'm not going to let you get me fired up.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying I enjoyed the beatdown.
Pepper Johnson ruined my childhood.
Right.
And I hope bad things have happened.
I'm on your side. I'm on your side in this. All right. Are they good? Category, are they good? Steelers defeated the Colts. 6 turnovers from the Colts. And Poochie and the Steelers win a game here, and their defense finally looked decent.
Colts, go ahead.
I think to me the takeaway here is if Pittsburgh proved nothing else, it's that if you concentrate all of your resources on stopping Jonathan Taylor, Daniel Jones may still be the Daniel Jones you remember.
Absolutely. Listen, the Colts have played 2 tough teams all year. They've gotten smacked by both. I mean, it's kind of everything I need to know about that team.
Do you think this is the blueprint going forward, that like they've exposed them now, and this is what teams are going to do to the Colts?
I just don't think there's enough talent on this Colts team, even with Sauce Gardner. I don't think there's enough talent on this Colts team. I think they make the playoffs because this division is weak, but I don't think they go very far.
Okay. Are they good? The Bills defeated the Chiefs. Nice win for the Bills. Josh Allen.
Allen
Farms.
It's his farm shirt. Yeah. So.
Walnuts are tearing through the hay.
Tearing through the hay.
This is where
pistachios? Is it pistachios that he makes?
No, Mike. You got to be a pecan farmer. That's all.
Willie,
rolling off a log.
Ryan, he grows them. I don't know that he makes them.
Okay, I knew that was coming. I knew that as soon as I said that, I'm like, somebody's going to get me for saying that.
Cantaloupe warmed up in the microwave?
Damn city folk.
All right.
I got sure that
question.
Yeah. No, the Bills, I mean, listen, anytime I hate that they always do this. They always beat them in the regular season and don't
That's a win.
in the playoffs.
Big win.
But a win is absolutely a big win. And they pressured the fuck out of Mahomes. That D-line got after him.
Yeah, they did.
So that's what but that was just copying the blueprint that we saw in the Super Bowl.
Right.
You know, that's exactly what the Eagles did, just blitzed the shit out of him.
Listen, I know like it sounds so simplistic, but like name me any quarterback who's that comfortable with that little time. Like it's the same way the Giants beat Tom Brady. Just get to him. Nobody looks good with no time.
Give me your opinion on your cornerback there, safety there. What did we call him? The Wonder Bread. Wonder Bread had a nice game in this game.
His trajectory is just this entire year has gone up and up and up. He's very comfortable there now, so he's all over the place.
He's ascending faster than the mountains of Provo.
That's right. The Mormon missile. So, my favorite though, by far, is Deion Walker, the fat defensive tackle, who I've been pounding the table for years. He is everything I wanted. It is not a surprise that the minute he started, that the Bills started stopping the run about week 4 of this year. So he needs to never be off the field. Just Ted Washington his ass. Just plant him there and just let him sit and eat and give him food every now and then.
I like that. Are they good? The Seahawks defeated the Commanders by kicking the freaking crap out of these guys. They kicked the hell out of these guys.
I've been conditioned to reply with that.
They were not stupid in this game. They scored 4 touchdowns in the first half, and then obviously Jaden Daniels had that awful injury, and he's gone.
What the fuck was he doing in that game? Why was he still in that game?
I don't know. I guess they thought they would make it back. This has been an absolute year from hell from the Commanders.
Yeah. I mean, this is it. They're not going to go anywhere this year, which is
this is the only thing I'll say in defense of Dan Quinn and Jaden still being in that game. This years and years and years ago, and it was the opposite end of the problem, was people were asking Jimmy Johnson why he didn't pull his stars on the Cowboys when he was up late in games. And Jimmy's response, how valid it is, I don't know, but I think it's true, is he was like, a lot of these guys have financial incentives in their contract. And you don't want to be the coach that pulls them and then they don't hit those financial incentives. And maybe there's some of that with Jaden. Like he wanted to stay in the game because he's working his way towards something. And coach didn't think enough to say, yeah, let me pull you. Like, I don't know that has anything to do with it, but it did strike me as a possibility.
That's fair.
Interesting. Moving on to the category McConkey. The Chargers the Titans.
Coming into November sweeps.
Yeah. A big episode.
This week on McConkey, we finally get to see McConkey's fabled father. McConkey received a phone call from his dad when it turns out one of McConkey's younger cousins has been found dead in the local neighborhood. It turns out he's been running with a group of thugs, and he partook in a new drug called juice.
Juice.
For
Yes,
use.
juice now.
Yes. And so McConkey begins to investigate, and his investigation finds him to the drug kingpin who's running it, whose name is Juice Jim. Juice Jim.
Yep.
Juice Jim's not very
Juice
inventive.
Jim.
Juice Jim is played by none other than oh wait, I have it right here. Where'd it go? Don Boy Walton himself, Richard Earl Thomas.
Love that. Love that.
Wow, yes.
That man needed a heel turn in the worst way.
Sure.
But he has a secret for McConkey as well.
Oh,
One that will
boy.
upend McConkey's relationship with his father and potentially his relationship with the Force.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
You mean the police force?
Midichlorians.
What?
And of course, in case everyone knows that McConkey's father is played by none other than Abe Vigoda.
Abe Vigoda.
Abe
Yes,
Vigoda.
yes, we knew
That's
that
right.
already.
Also, I'm pretty sure this is like the third new drug McConkey episode.
Yeah, well,
You gotta have at least
there was
12
a lot
of those.
yeah, it's the LA in the late 70s, man.
We've had bombings.
Yeah.
Oh my god. The category is other. Ravens destroyed the Dolphins. Sure. The category is other. The Patriots beat the Falcons. The Falcons tried to come back and missed an extra point to lose.
I know.
The category
fan all over again.
you're getting it on a lower floor for sure.
am.
Yeah, right.
If you're doing that. The category is other. The Broncos defeated the hapless Texans. 18-15. Sure. And the category is other. The kings of the other category. The Rams killed the Saints. They are the kings of the other category. They've never been out of there, I don't think. Except for the time they played the Eagles. All right.
The Saints. Sorry. See myself out.
Wow. It's time for a sharp spiral, Drew. So don't
Sure
see
is,
yourself
and there's
out
a
yet.
lot to get to. And then there were four. There's still four undefeated teams in the country because Navy got rocked by North Texas, which I love that North Texas has Mean Joe Green in their history and named their team after them, but their turnover celebration is invoking Stone Cold Steve Austin. Also,
That's
amazing.
amazing.
You have to.
Alum.
Yeah.
Georgia Tech spits the bit against NC State, who didn't even have the nation's leading rusher in Hollywood Smothers. There are still two winless teams, the University of Massachusetts and Sam Houston State.
Yep. Keep rolling with those.
North Carolina beats Cuse at the Dome. How much must Fran Brown hate his $1 million backup NIL quarterback to start a freshman lacrosse recruit at quarterback and then pull him for the second half for another guy?
Oh.
Vandy almost backdoored their way into winning a ball game, but ultimately fell short to a resurgent Texas and Arch Manning. Arch very emotional in the pregame tunnel, which doesn't really strike as his personality. It was an important game for Arch to show out and win, and he did.
He did, yeah.
Miami. Oh, Miami.
Disgusting. I hate them.
Mark never liked them.
No, hated them from the start.
Remember when there used to be the trend where they would say Clemsoned, right?
Yeah,
Clemson
right.
was Clemsoning. That's who Miami is now. Miami is Miami. Miami is Clemsoning. Remember when we talked about Cincinnati having a prove-it game against Kyle Whittingham's Utah team? Well, they lost 45-17, and Whittingham's Utah Kane marches on.
Mm-hmm.
The first playoff rankings are out. Remember,
Yes.
straight seeding this year. Straight seeding. It's 1 through 12. There's no more like conference champions get the automatic bye thing, so it's just 1 through 12. Texas, remember, ranked number 11. Everybody was like, oh, that means Texas is in. No. If the playoffs started today, Texas would be out because Virginia would be the fourth highest ranked conference champion at number 14, and they would jump into the playoffs. So 11 and 12, which conveniently is Texas and Oklahoma, would both fall out of the playoffs because the 15th spot or the 12th spot would go to Memphis, who is currently the highest ranked, the fifth highest ranked conference champion, even though they are not ranked in the top 25 of the playoff rankings. It's the first time in these playoff rankings there has not been a group of 5 team in the rankings. Memphis is closest. Notre Dame at 10, gross. Texas A&M at number 3, which mirrors the AP poll, but also feels a little bizarre because like Texas A&M's metrics are so much better than Indiana's or Ohio State's by virtue of their strength of schedule. But the committee still has A&M number 3. Iowa sneaks in at 20. That was the surprise of the top 25. I didn't think anybody thought Kirk Ferentz was going to be in there. No group of 5 teams we talked about. Group of 5 update for the week. It does seem like whoever wins the American Conference will be that 5th conference champion, whether it's Navy, North Texas, Memphis, USF, or Tulane. But if James Madison continues to win ball games and is a 1-loss Sun Belt champion, or San Diego State continues to win ball games and beats presumably Boise State in the Mountain West Championship, it wouldn't take much. You get a 2-loss American champion. I think one of those 2 teams would jump them. Looking ahead to this weekend, Friday night, Tulane at Memphis. Important game with playoff implications for both of those teams for the AAC championship. Saturday, BYU takes their undefeated show on the road to Texas Tech. And LSU Bama, which doesn't mean much for LSU except that it's a primetime game, and bonkers stuff happens in that game whenever it's played in primetime. I think there have been 2 games of the century between those teams in prime just in the past 15 years. So that should be a good watch, even though it doesn't mean as much to LSU.
Okay.
Wow. So wait, I have a question. If North Texas has Stone Cold Steve Austin celebrate their when they score a touchdown, right? Do you think LSU has X-Pac, celebrations where they do the
X-Pac? Think you can tell us what to do? Yeah.
Did anybody see who was the guy in the NBA who got fined for making that gesture at a ref? Was it Embiid? I feel like it might have been Embiid.
That sounds like Embiid.
Did it with one hand, and then they determined he made a lewd gesture and fined him like $10,000.
That is a lewd gesture. It's a lewd song, but it's not as lewd as. All right. Well, it's coming in. It's clear. The picture's clearing for college football. Picture's clearing up a little bit.
It is. It is. I mean, there's you forget about it. It's a truncated season, right? Like Thanksgiving weekend is rivalry week, and that's the end of the regular season. Yeah, so we're coming right up on it now.
It's crazy how fast that came up. It's crazy. All right, it's time for a foo bar.
You're traveling through another dimension, a dimension not of intelligence and morality, but of stupidity and hubris, a journey into a hellscape whose boundaries are the limits of human depravity. That's a fallen goalpost up ahead. Your next stop, Football Foobar.
Okay, Mark.
Well, gentlemen, as NFL GMs were scrambling on Tuesday to make trades to make their teams better, it made me yearn for a simpler time. A time when the possibility of a GM who could supremely fuck up even the most simple personnel decision loomed over the NFL. Whether it was the start of free agency or the draft or the trade deadline, at one point in the not-so-distant past, my friends, we had a man who could always be counted on to publicly fail at his job and do it spectacularly. While he's been mentioned several times on Football Foobar, today is the day the light finally shines upon him. Today is the day that Matt Millen makes his way into Football Foobar.
Matt.
So, Matt Millen began his career at Penn State, where he played the coveted linebacker position, earning the team captaincy in his final year, which that's fucking impressive. Anytime you're a team captain at Penn State, you're playing linebacker, it's impressive. Drafted by the Raiders in 1980, spent 12 years in the NFL, won 4 Super Bowls with 3 separate teams, the Raiders, the Niners, and the Redskins. In fact, he's actually he has that record today. He's the only player in NFL history to have won Super Bowls with 3 different teams. He retired in 1992 and soon found his way to the broadcast booth where he was part of Fox's NFL program, NFL package. He was the number 2 color analyst behind John Madden. And he filled in for Madden a lot because Madden, he would never do anything that involved flying. Madden would never do, or if Madden was sick or whatever, it was always Millen with Summerall, and they were very good there. In 2001, Millen left broadcasting to assume the job of the Detroit Lions CEO and de facto general manager. At the time, Millen had no prior player development or front office experience. He was approached by William Clay Ford Sr., the owner of the Lions, about the job. Millen told him, quote, "Mr. Ford, I really appreciate this, but I'm not qualified." Ford responded with, "You're smart. You'll figure it out." He then hired Millen and gave him the second highest paid GM salary in the NFL, despite him having absolutely no experience for this other than being a color commentator. You can't say that Millen didn't try to warn him. To sum up all of Millen's fuck-ups would take hours, so let's just hit on the high points. He was the CEO and GM for 7 seasons, 2001, 2007. During that time, the club compiled a record of 31-81, with at least 9 losses each season he was the GM. Detroit's .277 winning percentage was among the worst ever compiled by an NFL team. The only 2 teams that were worse, the Chicago Cardinals from 1939 through 1945, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers of 1983 to 1989.
Literally a team through the war years.
Yes, right. Yeah. During this, the early part of Millen's tenure, the Lions failed to win a road game for 3 straight years. They went 0-24. He also, his first rounders in order, Joey Harrington, Charles Rogers, Mike Williams, Ernie Sims, and finally Calvin Johnson Jr., a pick that he could not fuck up if he wanted to. He would trade out of the first round on 3 different occasions, passing on an opportunity to draft DeMarcus Ware, Ben Roethlisberger, and Nick Mangold, all in successive drafts, all of which were positions, obviously, of need. Okay. In 2003, following a Detroit Lions 45-17 loss to the Kansas City Chiefs, Millen came under fire during a post-game incident with former Lions and then Chiefs wide receiver Johnny Morton. Millen tried to congratulate some of the Chiefs players near the Chiefs locker room. When he confronted Morton, Morton thought that Millen got him released, which he was the GM, so yeah, he did. Yeah. And he claimed that he didn't want to say anything to Millen when he walked by. Millen then tried to grab him and say, "Hey, I want to talk to you." Morton ignored him, and then Millen replied, "Nice talking to you." Morton replied, "Kiss my ass." That's when Millen shouted, "You faggot." Yeah, you heard me. You faggot.
Jesus.
Classy. Starting in 2005, Lions fans began an annual Fire Millen parade in downtown Detroit, an entire day of games, drinking, food, and demanding the Lions fire Matt Millen.
Fire Millen parade.
Yep. In 2007, Millen called Ron Jaworski a dumb Pollock during the 2017 NFL or 2007 NFL draft. And when Jaworski got offended on the air, he pulled out the old South Park defense of, "Don't worry about it, guy. I'm just joking." Lions fan would then have multiple walkouts per season, culminating in 2008 season, which did eventually get him fired, where the fans walked out of 3 of the first 4 Lions home games. As mentioned, Millen was finally fired halfway through 2008. However, the stink of his influence cannot be fully cleansed, as that team he built famously went 0-16. Millen would sulk back to the broadcasting booth after his unceremonious firing, popping up with ESPN's college football program as a color analyst before retiring from the sport for good in 2012. So there you have it. One of the worst GMs whose time has finally come to enter football.
Wow. Was that the first time there was a broadcaster that an owner was enamored with and like brought him in to do something, and it just everyone knew it was going to fail epically, and including the guy who got hired?
Who's the one who recently did that? Was that with the Raiders? Who was that? That's
Mayock.
Right. Mayock. Right. Yes. That's right.
That didn't work out well.
I'm mad, Drew, because
I remember that time Jimmy the Greek ran the Baltimore Bullets.
Yeah, right.
I'm making that up.
Yeah.
When we were that whole thing where he called Ron Jaworski a Polish slur, we were at that draft. We couldn't hear it.
Wow.
It's true. That's true.
That's crazy. All right. Time for Sad Boy Boat. Who you got for Sad Boy Boat, Drew?
I hadn't thought that far ahead. Come back to me.
All right. I'll put mine in. The Cowboys fans for a terrible season, a loss to the Cardinals, and then this terrible trade. Cowboys fans. So sad.
I'm going to go with Jets linebacker Quincy Williams, who seemingly has been benched punitively after they traded his brother.
Oh, ouch. Ouch. All right, Megastar Mark, who you got?
I'm sticking with the Jets. I'm going to go with Breece Hall, who's like Will Smith at the end of that one episode where he's just all alone in the empty house.
Yes. Please get me out of here. Mr. Mike, you got one?
Dak Prescott for having to continually be the Cowboys quarterback.
I mean, he's 4 on the Orton line. He shouldn't be that
He
upset.
is.
Pretty high on the Orton line.
High honor.
On the other side of the coin, game ball. Give me a game ball, Drew.
I never thought I would say these words. Game ball Austin Reeves? Man is
Yes.
destroying the NBA.
Yeah, seriously.
Killing it. Trying to get that contract. Keep getting that Jaylen Brown money. Mr. Megastar Marker, you got for a game ball?
We've already mentioned him, but I mean, Wonder Bread, baby.
Wonder
The
Bread.
NFL megastar Wonder Bread.
Bill Safety, Wonder Bread. I don't even know his name. Bishop?
Cole Bishop.
Cole Bishop. All right, Mr. Mike, you got a game ball?
That dude who kicked the 68-yard field goal.
Okay,
There you
Cam
go.
Little.
That's a good one.
Come on,
Good
that's
celebration. Good celebration. I'm going to give my game ball to Steelers fans because Steelers fans decided to have a funeral for the defense before the game outside of the stadium. And a whole procession, a whole eulogy, all this stuff. And then the defense returned like the Undertaker from the dead. So good on them. They resurrected their defense with a funeral. You know, Paul Bear style. Ooh, my Steelers defense.
Kane can drive.
Okay.
Brother love.
I want to note that the three of us who picked individuals for our game balls all picked white guys, which I should have seen that coming from Mike based on his fantasy team. But
Yeah,
for me
yeah,
and
yeah.
Mark to also do it feels
Yeah.
a little bit
You guys,
unpredictable.
come on.
Hey, Drew. My
Yeah.
team is far more ethnically diverse now and whooped your team's ass this week.
That's true, you did.
So
My
you sit
team
there
is
in bitterness,
far
so-
more ethically diverse.
He's
It
not like,
is.
he's like a baseball owner in the 30s.
Oh my
It's not like an
God.
artistic-
We've added one person of another color.
Right.
We got
Oh
one of
my
the
God.
Latinos.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Team being
All
run by Goblin Ken Dorsey.
Goblin. We didn't talk about the Goblin. Well, the Browns were off, right? So is he
Yeah.
Browns coach?
No, Dallas. He's Dallas.
Sure.
Dallas.
Dallas, yeah.
Like passing game coordinator or something.
What? He's in
Yeah.
Dallas.
He's in Dallas.
Just waiting for his turn to take over.
Yep.
All right, Wild Hogs. We talked about Wild Hogs. Mike's doing well. Drew's doing well. Megastar Mark, what's your
First
record?
place, baby.
Yeah,
First
please.
place.
He passed
All
me.
alone.
Passed me.
I would have
Wow.
one or two more wins if I actually paid attention to my roster the first
What
4
are you
weeks.
doing? What are you doing? All right, plug time. Bloody good music. What do we got?
Review of the new Cold Steel album, one of the better thrash albums released so far this year.
Very nice. TGIF podcast Halloween episode is out. And not only did it bring us the absolute entertainment of the 10,000 maniacs showing up, but it also brought another Greg rant. So you
Oh,
can
God.
get the clip of Greg talking about what he would do with lots and lots of money as like if he was Mark Cuban or someone of that nature, what he would do with that money would involve the band Seether. And you can find this clip.
Oh my god!
It didn't come to the very, very end of the show. I totally
Yes.
forgot that he had gone on this rant about buying a minor league baseball team and making Seether the house band.
No. Forcing Cinder to be the house band. That's the
Forcing
best part.
Seether to be the house
Right.
band.
Literally buying out any venue that they're booked on, so they have to
Yes.
play his baseball team.
Yes, and they instead of an organ, it would be the band Seether. And then they would travel with him on the road and just hang out with him in a Seether-like bullpen. It's a pretty good rant. TJF Pod is pretty
Yeah.
good. Great Halloween episode too, man.
Great episode, and honestly, that Sabrina episode I talk about on the show might be my favorite episode I've ever seen on this podcast. I loved it. Really good.
The
And the
10,000 Maniacs.
Maniacs at the end for no reason.
So good. So good. All right. You can get our merch. We talked about it. It's in the description below. Here's some look at some of the stuff we've got.
Buy
Get
our
some-
stuff.
All right.
Stuff.
Buy our wear, stuff and things. Student of the week is dead forever, right? We killed it. It's dead.
I have look. It's been a very nondescript year. I don't have any fun, exciting tales this year.
Wow.
I'll drop it in when necessary.
There you go. Let us know. You let us know. All right, we'll be back next week for week 10. Crazy, week 10 already. We've got to look at our re-rank. We've got to look at where we rank the teams, because I think this might be our worst season ever of ranking.
We got
the Dolphins. Worst ever.
We'll see what happens with them.
I went back recently and listened for grins to our week 1 show.
Yeah.
Boy, we're dumb.
Dumb as hell.
Every time we were like, we've got it figured out. The Packers are going to be in first place. I'd lose to the Panthers.
Yeah, right.
That's kind of how it goes. All right. Well, that's it.
We'll stanza the shit out of this.
Yeah,
exactly.
Whatever impulse is just the opposite.
Give us money and we'll talk about how bad your team is, and they'll turn
Dolphins
around.
are going to drop 80 on the Bills this week. That's how off we are about that.
Oh, man. The Falcons are going to look real good.
Yeah.
We said the Seahawks were stupid a lot. Now the Seahawks are good, so they work for the Seahawks. Right. All right, we're done. Peace out. We'll see you next time. We'll see you in week 10.
Bye.
Off in the distance, around the corner.